What we're going to do right now is give you a quick instructions on how to replace the knife on this little machine for the bottle cutter. And the first thing we do is make sure it's unplugged. And the tools that we need will be a 3/16 Allen and a 5/32 with a new knife. And we will begin dismantling this on top of the tower, the two bolts on top with the 3/16 Allen wrench. Lift off the tower, and then now we're going to use the 5/32 with the button head screws, the 4 of them. Break them all loose. Then remove, lift up vertically, and there'll be 4 shims underneath there that support the cover. Those must be put back in. And now we take the 3/16 Allen wrench again and remove the coil. Just the 2 inside bolts that are countersunk. Pull that aside and just hang the coil loose. And then over here we pop that with the wrench, and then out comes the knife with the spring on the bottom. Be very careful, don't lose the spring. And the knife is right there. We replace it with the new one, and then slide the other one in and locate it on the pin and hold the spring on the bottom. Be very careful. And slide it back in to where it's keyed, and put the coil back on top. Use one hand to support it and the other hand to put the bolts back in. Then we snug them down to where they're tight. And if you take notice, the cam is all the way down to the bottom when you dismantle this. Okay. Now we replace the 4 shims. Set those on top of the 4 holes. And then we set the cover with the bolts hanging down, slide gradually. And rest it in secure. Line up the bolts. The tower back on. And replace those 2 bolts. Use the 3/16 wrench again. And then we can test the knife by plugging it back in. And use 2 hands when you do this. Press it with the black button and the red button. And you see it's replaced.